Following performance contains scenes of supernatural violence, tragic monologues, and the statistically inevitable death of at least one beloved party member. Viewer discretion is futile but appreciated. This broadcast is rated V for vampire and may include undeath, existential dread, and impromptu interpretive dance during moments of mortal peril. Pursuant to Barovian law, all viewers must be of their 15th name day or older, or possess written consent from a parent, legal guardian, or lich lord of standing. No bards were harmed in the making of this broadcast, yet.
Tonight, the veil between worlds trembles beneath the blood moon over Barovia. The stage is set for the performance of a lifetime, or the last curtain call these artists will ever take. In the shadow of Castle Ravenloft, 4 virtuosos prepare to do the impossible. Not just to perform, but to bring down the house, with Count Strahd still in it. Dorothea, the feline phenomenon, velvet-voiced, diamond-clawed, self-appointed leader, legend in her own lifetime, and a nightmare in rehearsal. Gregor, trained by the cruelest choreographers in the realms, sculpted in discipline, tempered in tempo. They said he had no soul. He danced one into existence. Drumstick, once lent his sick beat to the military machine. Now, the beat is in his chest before the battle begins. He doesn't sing, rather, Drumstick signals the end. Ashwin, the reluctant prodigy. A mind too sharp for this world, a heart dragged on stage by obligation. But tonight, he composes his own story, his own escape. These bards don't just bring music. They bring judgment. It's a showdown. It's a statement. It's showtime.
2 minutes to curtain.
Okay, so previously...
I don't think we've done the interpretive dance yet.
No, you can do the interpretive dance.
You're doing interpretive dance right now.
Well, I don't think I'm really interpreting. He's interpreting.
You could do some interpretive dance. Go for it.
Oh, no, I have to wait until the moment takes me.
Okay.
Oh, but sure.
So the Crypt
okay, but sure, you do it the other way and then I'll catch it. Sorry.
The Crypt of Ravenloft fell... No, you're good. Fell silent beneath the party's fury eventually. Dot and Gregor were laid low by the wail of one of Ash's former lovers. Spiders are not birds. Shadows are not birds. Vampire spawn are not even the eggs of birds. Gerald, the sentient soup spoon, cracked open Strahd's plate armor, and the undead essence of Blade Thunderhelm, Sebastian Flamegale, and Catcher Tervain were repurposed into allies. And with their help, Rahadin, Strahd's right hand, was summarily dispatched. After a short rest and some amateur dentistry, the party, with almost all of their own teeth, climbed the towers of Castle Ravenloft to face the Heart of Sorrow. And Drumstick, ever poetic, shattered the dread crystal phylactery with, well, a drumstick. Its shards rained down the tower's spine like blood confetti. But while the drum boys were busy breaking hearts, literally, Dorothea, moved by hope and the illusion of love eternal, stepped through a mirror in a stairwell and emerged in Strahd's audience hall. She sang for him, believing truly that she could redeem the man behind the monster. She offered a song from the heart. He offered his hand. They danced, and the petals turned crimson, and the floor began to bloom with blood. And Dot was no longer dancing, but being danced. And when we left, Gregor had kicked open the grand doors to the audience chamber to see crimson petals drifting in silence, Dot's limbs moving like clockwork, her eyes wide, and every step drawing new flowers in blood across the floor. And Strahd looked up, his expression almost tender, a thin, perfect smile curling at the corners. And you know with sudden clarity, he knew you were here. He does not care. Roll for initiative.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go.
Natural 20.
You have your...
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Also a dirty 20 for Gregor.
Hey.
The ball is coming in hot.
21, despite the fact that I'm stuck in his arms.
Nice.
The D&D
be
Beyond is
fighting?
apparently turned to the players tonight, because normally it's very DM friendly.
The
With
dice
the
are
roll.
telling a
Yeah,
story
yeah.
to that.
No.
That's the last friendly moment that you're going to get. Let's start with that, shall we?
Enjoy it while we can.
Emma's
Okay,
cursor just appeared on the screen. My
Your
dice have.
there we go. Your faithful hound is up first in initiative, and then it's Ash, Gregor, Dot, Drumstick. So the whole of the top of the order.
Well
What
done,
would you like
guys.
to do?
Well done. So, you said Faithful Hand was first?
Faithful Hound and Ash, where would you like to go?
Yeah, sorry, they share my initiative. Sorry, I was in another place.
There you
Wrong
go.
plane.
I have been fooled before, and so Ashwin is kind of briefly trying to take in this scene in front of him, trying to, I guess, determine whether we're looking at an illusion. Also trying to determine whether or not, because I think the way that you described Dorothea before, she kind of had a glazed, sort of charmed appearance to her eyes, and I'm not sure if that was the near approaching of death, or that she in fact had been charmed. Because if it's charmed, then I would go to, I guess, to counter charm and try and break that. But
Dot's
I think
not
you
mechanically
may have even
charmed.
said, yeah, okay. Sunbeam. Well, 6th level.
Let's open.
Constant.
Let's open hard.
Yeah.
Are you moving?
So-
You're currently out in the corridor.
Can
Where
I
would you
can
like to
see
go?
him?
You can. Yep, you can move to there and see him.
Yeah, so I want to move only as far as I need to be able to see him. The range
Yep.
is 60 feet. So
Yep.
Ashwin looks and sees this, and whatever feelings he'd had up until this point are kind of replaced by this this degree of rage, because if anyone is going to unseat the tabaxi, it's going to be him. So he sort of fiddles with his sort of spell components, finds a magnifying glass that the boys found in a shop somewhere, holds it up and mutters some arcane words. A 5 foot wide, 60 foot long beam of pure sunlight blasts from me through Strahd and continues and hits anything else in that sort of 60 foot line. He makes a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 17.
25.
Yeah, fair enough. So he takes half damage of 68 radiant damage. So he takes 15 radiant damage. And then for the duration of the spell, which is up to a minute, the room is filled with bright sunlight. Well, sorry, I emit 60 feet of bright sunlight.
Okay. Are you moving your dog?
No, the dog stays next to me because I assume that the boys are going to charge into battle, and I need something to stop melee threats. So the dog stays with me. I stay put. No bonus actions to speak of. You know what? Bonus action. He looks at who's next in the initiative order.
Gregor.
Gregor. He looks at Gregor and goes, dance, like it is your final, I don't know, something really creative that Ash would be able to come up with at the moment, but Sean can't, and gives him a D10 bardic.
Oh,
And that's my turn.
straight from the heart. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gregor has his ribbons with him. He knows what they mean. He knows what he needs to do. He's not. I think it is my turn now. No, Emma. It's Gregor's turn now.
It is. Yeah.
He sees Strahd across the room. This terrible man who's killed so many of the former masters, and he knew enough of them would have run straight at him, because that's what we're trying to do to neutralize threats, is get up in their face quickly. And he just thinks about the first ribbon he held which said to be still and hush. So at times during this fight, Gregor may not be making mechanically sensible moves, but I promise there is method to his madness. For this turn, Gregor is just going to bear witness to Strahd. He's going to stay still. He's not going to use a movement. He's not going to use an action. He's not going to use a bonus action. Emma, as we talked about, can I make that Arcana or Insight check on Strahd? Okay. I'm really good at these. I think Insight is more fitting. That's a 14, so I'm going to use that D10 from Ashwin. That gets me up to a 20. 20 Insight.
With a 20 Insight, you will have advantage on any save to a spell cast against you from Strahd. You can anticipate the moves that he is likely to make, and with a 20 on Insight, can predict his next movement and will gain advantage on a spell save against him.
I lock eyes with Strahd. I don't know if he's looking at me or at Ashwin, who just fired the sun at him, but I just take a low position and just wait and watch. Give it.
He's looking at Dot.
Oh, he's looking at Dot. Oh, I look to Drumstick and just give him a nod, like, go get him, Tiger. You go.
Okay. Dot's up.
So, Emma, what can I do at the moment from the viewpoint of I'm obviously...
You can do anything you like. You are not mechanically charmed. You are not mechanically restrained. He's engaged in combat. You can do whatever you want.
Ooh. So even though we're still dancing, I can get out of it at this point?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, the options.
Now remember,
keep dancing. A tango is like a grapple.
No, I was going to say, no. I'm going to keep dancing, but attack him with my cat's claws first, because it's got to fit thematically. I haven't quite pulled away from him yet, but I'm angry with him, and so the hand that I've got on his shoulder. The hand that I've got on his shoulder, I will literally just put my claws in and drag them around his back. And I'm just going to say to him, why would you want to break a perfectly good heart?
We kind of did that to him, though, Dorothea, like upstairs.
I don't know that.
Ooh.
So is that 19?
It's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
It's only 5 slashing damage.
One tiny claw mark.
Oh yeah, it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit. It needed to happen. It needed to happen for the it needed to happen for the plot. I would like to use my... Oh no, actually, I'm not going to do that for this one.
God, Dorothea is so brave. There's so much stuff in there. She's just fully on her own.
Actually, no. If I Misty Step, does he doesn't get a reaction, does he? Fuck it, I'm a Misty Step out of there.
Where are you headed?
Back towards my friends, please. At least I hope they're still my friends.
Your disappointed friends.
I mean, I've got 30 feet, so it can only be 30 feet.
But you got your movement too.
Oh, true, I do. Yeah, run me the whole way back to be with them, because that should fit for plus my movement of 30 feet.
So you're all standing on this landing at the top of a flight of stairs.
Awesome. Dorothea, truly awesome. Really glad you're not dead.
I'm going to say sorry properly later when we have time, but could we just kill this bastard?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do
Please?
that. Yeah.
Drumstick.
Thanks.
Yeah, so Drumstick surveys the room and he's like, that's a lot of people. And he's going to start blade singing.
Yes. Send it, lad.
And then he's going to, so it's bonus action, and he's going to haste himself, which is
Just a great call. Just a good spell.
yeah. And then he's gonna, with the hasted action, go for a stab at this whatever's standing in front of us. I can't quite see what it is.
So there's a couple of things in front of you. There's what you would recognize from downstairs as a wraith standing here, and there's a tall silver suit of armor with what appears to be a sort of opalescent, purpley opalescent stone in what looks like the center of the helm.
I'm gonna go.
Which is sitting here.
I'm gonna go for the armor.
The armor.
Yes. Oh! That's a net one.
Oh, no.
Get him out now. Get him out now. It's just
Yeah.
the yips. Get the yips out. Get the yips out now. It's good. It's good.
Oh no.
Get the yips out. It's all good. You're hasted. You can do like 50 attacks. Don't worry about it.
And that is my turn.
Don't you have 2 attacks?
You got it.
Oh no, because the
Your haste-
the haste was my spell action, and then I
Then you get the
you can only
extra
use one
attack.
attack for the hasted attack. Yeah,
You got any bonus action you want to do?
that
Bonus
was blade
action?
singing.
It was blade singing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. So the only person who layer action. The only one person, in fact, 2 people have moved within the room. So that's Dot and Drumstick both need to make a Dex saving throw.
Oh, shit.
That shit is because the roll was so good.
I'm guessing a 13 is not
So
good enough.
so that's 18 necrotic damage each
Ugh.
from the petals, and you're both dragged 10 feet towards the center of the room.
Oh.
You hate to see it.
Ugh.
Okay. Strahd's turn.
Okay, let's see this guy.
Strahd's going to move over here, and then he's going to cast mirror image, and you see another Strahd and another Strahd. You see another Strahd, and each one of those Strahds is dancing with a ghost.
Did he take the sunlight damage at the start of his turn for starting in sunlight?
He did, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh no.
So Gregor sees 4 previous masters just appear in ghostly format, dancing with Strahd in the center of this room. And that's his turn. So it is, let's see, wraiths. I like wraiths. So this wraith is going to come and try and life drain Drumstick.
My
11 to
currently-
hit. So
Yeah, that's
that would
not
be a
gonna
miss.
hit. Yes.
Yep. And this one's going to come and try and attack Dot. And also misses with a 9. This silvered suit of armor moves up, doesn't appear to be bothered by the sunlight particularly, and does a slam attack, but it's 15 to hit. No.
Nope.
And again, and you need to make a dex saving throw.
Oh, you're good at those. You're good at those, Drumstick.
Oh, it wasn't last time.
Nah, man, you're good. Don't even worry. Ain't no thing but
Oh,
the
god
Drumstick
damn it.
ring.
That's a nat 1 for 9.
Okay, so
So
just
is
getting
this
out all the
suit of
yibs,
armor-
getting them all.
As this suit of armor moves over towards you and slams, what you see is this suit of armor stand on one foot and pirouette, and it misses and misses again, but out of the foot of this suit of armor comes a whole trail of ribbon and just ties you in a black ribbon. You are mechanically restrained. You can use an action to break restraint on your turn. So you are currently restrained. There's another suit of armor. It's coming down from up here. This one's got a flaming longsword. At the hilt of the sword, it's got a sort of ruby red sort of stone in the pommel of this sword. Again, this is going to slam attack, but using this sword mechanically. And that's a 24 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay.
So there's something about
Oh, wait.
stones.
Can I still have a reaction.
Yep,
I'd like shield.
you do. Okay. So 24 miss.
24 does miss, yes.
Excellent.
Awesome. Awesome.
And
Really good.
another suit of armor moves out into the center of the room, and this one has got what appears to be some jet black pulsing stone, shorter, much shorter, stouter suit of armor with a pulsing black stone in its chest. These two dogs come running down in this direction, and Ash, you're up.
Okay. You're muted, handsome man.
Shit has happened, and no one is having a hugely good time.
Drumsticks look like he's having the ball.
Yeah.
He gave me thumbs down. He gave me wings down. That's not good. We'll get to that.
Now, I'm just trying to, because I've only got the very small version of the map that's playing through StreamYard. I want a straight line through Strahd.
Yep.
And as many other people as probably, as many other people as I can, as many other enemies as I can get it through. And I'll take the magic action to move the Sunbeam through that.
Yep.
And so again, it's a con save, DC 17.
Let's see. So this is your as many as you can get. He is just so you need to roll to see whether or not you get him particularly. So there's 3 mirror images in here.
Yeah. D6 or
D20.
How do you do? Yeah, D20.
May I call out to him?
Not with a 1.
Oh, you want to call out the Strahd? So
No, I wanted to call out. I wanted to call out to Ash before he made an attack, because I can see.
So-
I can see that he's trying to attack our Strahd.
So this one will go. I'm putting you on. It's easier.
Is that a no? I can't. Okay.
Sorry. So you can call out to Strahd, yeah. So
No,
that's
I wanted
that
to call
one.
out to Ash.
Okay, go for it.
Hold your action. I can work out which one he is.
Depends how Emma feels about retconning it. I guess if I heard that, then
I don't mind.
Okay, then I'll hold the action to move the.
You'll hold?
Yeah, to move
Yep,
the
to
Sunbeam.
move your Sunbeam.
Until,
So the Sunbeam's
yeah, so it stays where it was, and then I move it when. So the action is held if I can identify Strahd, and if I can't, then I will move it at the end of Dot's turn anyway. Bonus action, nothing, and movement. I'm kind of happy where I am. What's next to me there? That's the Wraith, and is that
so
my
you're
hound?
currently outside the door right at the bottom. So you're right down here at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can't
the
see
Wraith
you. Okay.
here. There's silver armor here. There's gold armor up here. You'd be able to see that Wraith over there. Oh,
Okay.
and two dogs, which don't look as friendly as yours.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to hold the action and pass the turn.
Okay.
On.
We'll come back to your turn then when Dot does her thing. Gregor,
Right.
you're up.
Okay, now it's time to get into it. Seeing Strahd casting mirror image on himself, this evil magic. I remember the small gift that Ashwin gave me, the chalk that I have, my dancer's chalk that I get out on my hands. So once again, still not leaping into the fray, goes and rubs that chalk on his hands. And as he starts to sprint in, Gregor has an extra 10 feet of movement because of his species feat. He's also mechanically now a large creature, but for the purposes of carrying capacity, he's a size larger than that. So that's good for moving stuff around. This is a question for Emma, the DM. Do I think I could pull a wraith if I grappled them, or are they incorporeal enough that like you can't pull a wraith because you can't hold a ghost?
You couldn't pull a wraith. You could probably pull a suit of armor.
Excellent, which leads me to Matt McCartney, PC public defender here. If I pull the suit of armor that has drumstick restraints far enough away from him, will it break the restraints for him? Excellent. So with my action, I'll cast mirror image. I'll cast mirror image on myself. I'll move 15 feet diagonally towards the suit of armor next to Drumstick, and I've used my action. So I will bonus action Bardic Inspiration Drumstick, which lets me attack. Really hoping this hits. Might not. Oh, that's damage. Getting ahead of myself. That's a 24 to hit. Does a 24 hit the animated armor?
24 hits.
Excellent. I will roll my damage now. That's good. That's 10 damage. Because I have Tavern Brawler, I can grapple him with that, and I'll use my remaining movement to sort of walk in near the hounds so that I'm sort of interposing myself between Dot and the hounds, but try and take the armor with me to break the restraints. Mechanically, this is Gregor coming in. He sees this creature has his best friend Drumstick restrained. He kicks at its ankle as hard as he can as he comes in with like a dancer's flourish and grabs it by the back of its breastplate and just starts walking towards the dog, like holding this animated armor by the back of its neck.
Roll perception.
Okay, we roll perception. That's an 11 perception.
Yeah, you could just move this suit of armor, no trouble.
Cool. Excellent.
Oh, shit.
No problem. No, cool and normal. Given that I mirrored Strahd's action, can I have performed the mirror step of reversing the bloom? Excellent. Okay, so this is another mechanical thing. I need to make a performance check. Guys, good news. If I fail this check, Strahd only gets 48 temp HP, so it's fine. Don't even worry about it. I get automatic advantage, which is good. The higher of those was a 26. Gregor, pretty good dancer.
Yep. Yeah, no, that passes. So Strahd does not get
Awesome.
his temporary HP.
That means I get
And you
to give.
successfully.
I can give
Yep.
advantage to the next action somebody takes, and I know Dorothy has got a plan, so I'm going to give advantage to Dot for her next action.
And there's a number.
And then I've run out of stuff.
of green
That's a lot of
calls
stuff.
Okay, Dot.
Is it meta then if I say that I will do my bonus action before I do my action?
No,
So
you
that I
can do
get
actions
so-
and whatever.
That's fine.
Which means I can use
Totally
it
fine.
because I want the advantage on my bonus action, please. And my bonus action is going to be to get my spiritual weapon out next to the wraith next to me.
Oh, you see, I prepped your spiritual weapon. There you go.
Thank you.
Hey.
And that will be. Remind me how to do this with advantage. There we go. 25 to hit.
On this race?
Yes.
Yep. Yes, 25 hits.
Cool. And that will be. 1 second. That is 22 damage.
Nice.
So that should be up next to the wraith. I think I need to ask you to move
Yeah.
it for me.
There you go.
And then I'm going to start looking around the room at those 3 Strahds. And I'm going to
Yep.
say, your essence match your somber eyes, and I will still see it until I die. I'm the loss of your life. And I cast True Seeing on myself.
Okay. With true seeing on yourself, this Strahd is Strahd.
That one, Ash!
Take him down, Ashwin! Oh my god, Dot, such a
And you just-
leader on the battlefield. Awesome.
And I'm assuming you want to
Not
put
just the
your,
stage.
Your sunbeam on.
Yeah, so through that
This one.
Strahd
Yep.
and as many other things as I can get.
Let's have a look. Let me just sunbeam it. It's easier. Hold on a second. It's all right. We put. So you can get from there. So you'd have to come in to get to 60 feet.
Yep.
To hit it, you'd have to come in. You could get that wraith, that suit of armor, but you'd have to come right up to the wraith to do it. If you're going from the door, you can't quite reach him. You can get close, but you can't quite hit him from the doorway.
Okay. Then I come into the room just far enough to hit Strahd. I'd like to hit other things as well, but he's
You
he's
can
the
hit
third step
the
of our
silver
three-step
armor.
plan. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. You can hit silver armor and hit Strahd.
Yep. So again, it's a con save.
20.
So he takes half of
20.
27 damage. Yeah.
12,
So he
13,
take-
yeah.
Yeah, 13. And yeah, back to Drumstick, I think.
It is. It's Drumstick's turn.
Drumstick's looking around at all these people that have got mirror image up, and he's getting a bit jealous. So he's also going to cast mirror image.
So many people. Awesome.
There's so many people in here. Yep.
Yeah, it's a party.
You can put your mirrors
it's a
wherever
big-
you want.
It's a big party.
Yeah.
And then
We'll remember that they're there. Otherwise, it's going to be very crowded.
yes, yeah, it's just a thing that happens if they hit me.
Yep.
Which that they might have a hard time
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
already. And then so that's my action. And then for my hasted action, I'm going to stab at the wraith in front of me with the hollow brand.
Yep.
And that is a 26 to hit.
Hits.
And
Hit.
that is 11 magical piercing damage.
Okay.
And it's sensitized to magic. Oh, and I yell that
Okay.
to everyone. This one's sensitized to magic.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, through the pins. I do that.
Ah.
Through the pins. Yes. And then I have a
Oh, I like
bonus action. which I don't think I will use at this point in time.
There you go. It says it's bleeding. It's not. It's sensitive. It's just.
Oh, it's
so many
bleeding.
effects going on.
It's bleeding.
Well, it's in the sunlight. It's kind of bleeding as far as
Ah.
undead race things ever do in sunlight. Okay. Are you doing anything else?
You're muted, buddy.
Sorry, I'm going to make
That's
use of all this movement that I've got.
It's all right.
So I'm going
Just buzz
to
around like a hummingbird.
Yeah. So because I've attacked this wraith, he's got disadvantage on an attack of opportunity. I'm going to move to be. I'm going to move around, like around Ash, to get up between Gregor and Dot.
Oh, I love it.
It misses you on an attack of opportunity. You're going over that way?
Yes. Over
So
to
you're-
here. Yes.
Yeah, you're over here. Yep.
Great. And I just do the East Coast wave to Dot. I just go.
This guy's cool as hell.
Okay, layer action.
Dot's confused.
So-
She's like, I think that was a good thing.
So so Gregor, Ash, Drumstick, not Dot, because Dot's not moved, have to make a dex save. So this floor covered in these petals turning into blood and turning is just utterly exuding necrotic energy. So that's a dex save.
Is it a spell?
No.
Okay.
Don't come to me with your floor problems. That's a nat 20 from Gregor on the decks. I'm not even on
Nat
the
20
ground.
for Ash too, 28.
The
I
boys.
got a 17.
You're a
with
good
the-
dancer.
With the bardic that Gregor gave me, I got a 17.
Gregor has
The
been giving
boys.
lessons.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's appropriate. I mean,
So
he's the
that will
choreographer.
be 8 necrotic damage.
8.
8, and your speed is unaffected.
Great.
We love to
8.
see it, boys.
And then I need to make a con save. Concentration.
Yeah.
But I have Warcaster, so it's with advantage, and I'm blade singing, so I add my intelligence modifier as well.
This guy ain't forgetting nothing.
So that's first one 17. 17 beats 8. Or beats 10.
Good man. You're good.
Strahd is going to
Take damage.
chain lightning. He's taking damage.
That's fine.
But he
I'm going
is
to that
going
very brief,
to
small number of damage that I'm causing him every turn.
yeah,
Little bits
he's
add up,
taking
mate. Little
damage.
bits out.
He's going to chain lightning,
Duh.
and he can hit Ash to Gregor so he can hit Ash to Gregor,
Counter spell.
Drumstick to Dot.
That's a great count. Ash, that's a great counter spell, man. Real good.
Yeah, let's
If that doesn't work, Drumstick, I have a rules lawyer, PC advocate, public defender thing we can try for Emma.
What are you casting your counterspell at?
just 3rd level.
I believe in you.
So that'll be a 16.
This is spellcasting modifier, isn't it? So wisdom. Charisma.
So yeah, whatever your spellcasting check is.
Oh,
17.
okay. No. That's so clutch. You have to describe this counter spell. That's so clutch.
That is clutch.
He looks and he sees Strahd starting to make some arcane movements, and he goes, if the love of my life had chosen to leap off of a cliff rather than spend any more time with me, I would think I would reflect more deeply on on my actions.
Yeah, narcissists don't do that.
Oh, we should have brought his coffin up here. They're going to have to bury him after that one.
Hmm.
Put him back in the ground, Ash.
Brutal. Strahd starts to move. He's going to start to walk down here with all his other Strahds.
Awesome.
Right. This one's coming in for an attack on. It will take damage because it's in sunlight. And it's going to take a swipe at Ash.
Emma, before it does, can
Yes.
I say, would his puppy dog have come with him as he entered the room?
Yeah.
It
That
would
was
have done.
Yeah. So thank you for reminding me. So my bright sunlight is 30 feet. So it
There
was
you go.
probably
There's your
taking
puppy
damage
dog.
before.
You can see it now.
But let me just roll some. So it needs to make, the Wraith needs to make a dex save. Yeah. So it is a dex 17 from the Wraith.
No, Wraith not dexterous. That was an 8.
Okay, so 48 force damage.
Oh,
14 damage from the dog.
Sweet.
And yeah, sorry. Carry on with the hitting.
I think it missed you.
Oh, good.
With a 9, it missed you.
It did. Yeah.
Scooby's on the edge of the wraith, just.
And this one over the other side is going to take an attack at Dot on the other side. That was so nearly a 20, but it was an 8. Rolling like shit.
Miss.
This suit of armor is going to, this silver suit of armor here is going to attack Gregor as this, and you are grappling it, aren't you?
Done.
Yeah?
Done. And I've got mirror image, so do you want me to just roll and see if it hits a duplicate for you, or you want to do?
Yeah, you can do that.
It hits a duplicate. AC of the duplicates is
I thought it didn't.
14.
I thought it didn't hit a duplicate until it hit you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look,
So
This
it
is
hit
drum-
you. It hit you.
All right.
But
All
it hit a drum. It hit a duplicate. So one of your
You lose a
duplicates has
duplicate.
vanished. You've got 2 left. I think. You lose a
good
duplicate.
work, boys.
Oh god, another Gregor
and
has gone
you-
down.
And they try
No one bites
again,
the dust.
which is a 16. Does that hit you?
No.
No.
Swat that hand
So you
away.
still got your duplicates up. As this turns, you recognise the movements of this suit of armor.
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's not like you were trained by an order of like dancing assassins or anything.
And most of them are here. Yeah, it's not like that at all. And it's
Yeah.
not like
And
they
it's
were
not
not
like
all,
you've never had to kill them before.
or that they weren't like
That
really
happened one
all-
time.
What,
Yeah.
in band camp? Bard camp?
This one time at Bard Camp, I snapped another bard's neck while they slept. It was really dark.
So this
Why don't you just cut their
this
Achilles?
suit of armor, this
Yes.
gold suit,
The
this
one,
gold suit of armor.
the one that Gregor killed, is that Catcher? Is that the one that we were?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right, carry on.
Sorry, Emma. Collaborative storytelling means we tell a story and you have to politely try to
This is
interject
the one
with
that
the
you
plot.
find attractive and that I find attractive. Hmm.
Yeah, she was pretty hot.
It's a very attractive suit of armor. It's a very attractive suit of armor. The less attractive but very ostentatious gold suit of armor with what appears to be a sort of flaming sword with this ruby red gem in the hilt comes to attack Ash. And so it's
There's
23.
something
for
about
a
these
slam.
gemstones.
Yeah, that hits.
So it's 5 bludgeoning damage and then 22 to hit.
That also hits.
And another 8 of magical bludgeoning damage. And this thing's just standing there, again, looks vaguely familiar.
Okay.
This other suit of armor starts to make its way down there.
Right where I want it.
These hellhounds, one's going to come and attack Gregor, one's going to come and attack Drumstick.
Should I roll
so they're going
damage for... Sorry, should that suit of armor roll a dex save?
For the
dog?
your dog, yeah, it would. It may well
DC 17.
do badly. It is not
Super
a dexterous suit of
dexterous.
armor, so that's a 6. So it prone. Yeah.
Oh, good.
15 force damage.
Okay. It looks pretty dinged up. This thing doesn't look as tanky as you would expect it to. Also bleeding gold on ramp, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
So these hellhounds both try to attack. They roll with advantage because they're in a pack. So a 9 would miss, I assume. So the one on Gregor misses, and 23 to hit Drumstick.
Shield. Misses.
We love to
If it
see it.
misses, that's fine. Strahd is over there.
Oh, at
He's
the end
taking
of the
reaction.
End of the doggy's turn, can I take a reaction? Because someone ended its turn within 5 feet of me.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna burn the bardic, and I get to move half my movement without provoking an opportunity attack, and another person can as well. So I'm gonna say to Ash, if you want to step back, you can do it now. And basically, mechanically, that's me just interposing myself in front of the armor to allow him to step back without taking any opportunity attacks, so he can keep throwing spells. And because I burned the bardic and I'm a dance bard, I get to attack because this subclass rules. So I don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna punch a dog. That's what we're gonna do. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it hits the dog.
Awesome. I mean, not great, but it's happening. 8 magical bludgeoning damage, and I can push it back 5 feet, as one of my other punching feats lets me do that if I hit someone on my turn.
There you go.
Great.
Done.
Sorry to interrupt, Strahd. You do what you were doing, Strahd.
These guys start
sorry,
to come down.
I'm sorry, I accidentally clicked something.
That's all right.
And Sean, you can move
thinking what
half
you're
your movement. Yeah, Sean, you can move half your movement without taking opportunity attacks if you want to, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Ash is going to stay there because I don't know how moving affects my Sunbeam. So.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Ash, you're up.
Okay, well, then in that case. So, I'm in melee with a wraith and a suit of armor.
Yep.
And my Sunbeam is projecting across the room, and Strahd has moved over to that right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, if I turn the Sunbeam through perhaps the suit of armor and a hellhound. Oh no, that's him over there. Okay, yeah. Well, something along those lines, just to try and kill that stuff. But Strahd is the goal.
Okay.
So con save 17, and I make a concentration check for the bludgeoning damage that I took before. So un momento, per favor. 20. So yeah, that's fine. So Sunbeam is fine.
So you're going for Strahd here, yeah, and then down towards the door. So you're potentially from there. I don't think you'll get anything else.
Okay, all right.
Other than Drumstick, but
No.
there's nothing else in line. But that's
Yeah, well-
sitting over there. That's fine.
Is that sunlight fried chicken?
SFC, baby.
It's a healthy alternative.
Sorry,
it's a con
Drumstick.
save.
Okay.
Well, do I also have to make that? Are you going through me?
Con save.
No, I think he's going to try and thread the needle.
Yeah, am I hitting
12.
Drumstick?
You'd hit Drumstick or Dot.
Yeah.
Dot is squishy.
Drumstick is. Oh, I can't.
Drumstick is also squishy and is concentrating on something. Could I have moved to not hit either of them?
Yeah.
You can thread the needle
not
from
hit either
there.
of them. Yeah, you'd have to move probably back there, and yeah, then you could do it from there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's say that's what happened. He failed his con save, so he takes 6d8 radiant. So he takes 22 radiant damage, and he is blinded till the end of my next turn.
Whoa, really extremely good.
And then that's all I've got. Actually, it's not, because I'm going. No, that was an action. Moving the Sunbeam is an action, not a bonus. That's annoying. Okay, that's it.
I'm going to take his mirrors off the board because you know where he is, so he would not bother with them. Gregor, you're up.
Awesome. Okay, we got to get more of these bloom sequences done. So we're gonna aim to do potentially 3 on a turn if we can. We'll see how we go. We've done 2 already, so that's good. So first is fray. So I've got to use an action to make unarmed attacks, which sounds like a really good way to keep wailing on this grappled animated armor that I sort of recognize. And I'm hoping as I dent it more, my memory will help me remember who it is. So let's do that with advantage because he's grappled. That's a 20. Does a 20 hit?
At 20 hits, yes.
Awesome. That's 8 magical bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And then it needs to make a con save. Oh, that to make con. So sorry. For this turn, anything I hit has got to make a con save, or it gets disadvantage on strength checks. I'll just keep wailing on it. I'm going to do another one.
18.
Oh, beautiful. I'll just roll to see if I quit. An 18 succeeds. My DC is 17. That also hits and does another 11 magical bludgeoning damage. On this one, I'm going to use Crack, which is another part of the bloom sequence. If I hit, in addition to the unarmed damage and bludgeoning damage, you do an extra 2d6 thunder damage, which is just nice. We love to see it. So I'll roll that up. But more importantly, that's 10 thunder damage. More importantly, any undead within 30 feet of me have to make a wisdom save or they're turned. So I get a turned undead for free, which we love to see it.
Yeah, we do.
We love to see a turn. Oh, sorry, and the DC is 15. I'm not good at spells. The DC is 15.
So this one is turned. Let me find where turned is on here. Sleeping, not sleeping. Super stun, surprise, transformed. There we go. Let's go with that. So that's that one, and undead. Within how much?
30 feet. So that's everything. It's not that ghoul right at the back of the room. That's 35.
Everything the light touches.
Yeah.
So the other one got 17.
That passes. 15 is the DC.
Okay. So this wraith is turned.
Mm-hmm.
This one isn't.
We'll take
Strahd
it.
isn't.
Fair.
Strahd isn't. These are not undead. Well, they're more construct than they're not undead mechanically.
Yeah.
They're construct mechanically.
Okay. So then
This one is this ghost is turned.
Oh, good. We love that. Okay. Because I'm gonna burn the spell slot to get the bardic back, I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to Drumstick, who's next in initiative next to me. Because of that, I get to attack again because this subclass just rules. And I know it's just so much fun to play punching characters. But I'm gonna do twist. So the armor that is in front of me that isn't grappled, basically I'm gonna get into a low spin, grab it by the hips like a salsa dancer, and fully try to twist it 180 degrees in an attempt to make it prone. So I think the action is I have to hit it first. So I'm gonna see if I hit it.
Yep.
So we'll do that. This is a flat roll. That's an 18. If that doesn't hit, I'd burn the bardic that
Hits.
Ashwin. Oh, good. Okay, cool. We'll do damage. That's 13 damage. And then he's auto-proned, and I get the reaction to attack him again, which I don't know necessarily how that works, but can I just burn my reaction right now to punch him?
Yep.
Cool. I get advantage on that. We love to see it. Gregor is just a blur of fists at this point. It's a 24.
But it's a beautiful choreographed blur of fists.
It is.
Like we're appreciating the art form here.
And there's blue chalk.
You are
everywhere.
beautiful to watch.
It's like,
There's also 2 Gregors behind him still mimicking his actions, which is great to see. That is another 12 damage to the other suit of armor. I'm not going to take any movement because I'm.
As you bell this suit of armor, you see this this sort of opalescent gemstone with sort of purples and pinks on the helmet of this suit of armor crack and shatter, and you hear inside your head, well done, better than I expected. And you hear the voice of Katya in your head as this suit of armor crumples to the floor and this gem shatters into dust across the floor.
That's like the first nice thing she's ever said, and it was when I punched, and it's when I killed a shell of her. This was some Ghost in the Shell stuff. Oh wow! You're an egg, Katya. Cool off. And that's my turn. I've run out of ways to do more unarmed strikes.
Mechanically, you have one less. You also have one less NPC defending the back stairs.
True.
As Katya just fades out of existence.
Sorry,
Maybe
boys.
she'll now rest in peace.
Dot.
I will pull out the hilt of my Sunblade. Bonus action, make the luminous blade appear, which will give me a 15-foot radius of bright sunlight with an additional 15-foot radius of dim sunlight around me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to true strike at the wraith next to me.
Okay.
Do it. He's not turned. It's good stuff. Oh.
That was not as good as I wanted, though. Only 11 to hit.
You've got a bardic from me,
misses.
I think, Dot. You've got a bardic from me.
Do I? A
Yeah.
D8?
I thought you gave that to me.
I gave it
did
to
you
her
put
on the
one
last
earlier?
round. I gave her the one on the last round. Because I give
Ah.
I give out a lot of bardics.
Alright, please add a 7 to that, call it an 18 to hit.
Oh,
Hits.
that's a
Thanks,
good
Gregor.
D8 roll. Keep it light,
Thanks,
Dot.
Gregor.
Keep it light.
Gregor's minding the correct choreography is like steps, and
No, I see, and that's the thing, I was a little bit behind, so I kind of missed it, but then I was like, oh, that way, right, yeah.
We're in the body rolling section. Everybody's body rolling, though. You gotta really whip it around. Yeah, that's
What's
it.
the damage?
And
you will do 1 or 200.
Shit at maths. Two-handed, so
It's
11
either
and
18
7 and
or
6.
24. So 24.
It's 11 and 7 and 6. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 24. And so that, I don't know if you want to actually put it on the screen, but that radius of sun, I'm going to keep that blade up. So that radius of sunlight is staying around me.
Yeah. I can put that on for you.
I was sleeping so long in a 20-year dark night, but now I see daylight.
There you go.
Oh, we love it.
Okay.
I'm also 30 feet of bright sunlight and 60 feet of dim
You are
light. So
too.
yeah, like half the
Yeah, I
room
could do
is
that.
lit.
Half of the, I mean, the room is pretty much lit up to about here. If rather than putting all the measurement on.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's sunlight up to about here at the moment.
Everything, and that dark place, you must never go there.
No.
Never.
Yeah, down the back end. Yeah, you don't want to go.
Everything the sun touches, that's ours.
Do you want a spiritual weapon on your bonus action?
I think technically it's a. So according to the notes you've given me on Sunblade, technically it's a bonus action to actually get the
To
blade
activate
out.
it once it's.
So I'm gonna
once
hold
you've
the blade
activated.
out now.
Yeah.
But that means I
Now
can't
it's
use
lit.
I can't use my spiritual weapon this round. That's fine. And I'm not gonna
Drum-
move.
Okay, drumstick, you're up.
So he's gonna green flame blade. Is that those two dogs are within 5 feet of each other?
Done.
Yeah,
Yep.
excellent. So it's gonna be a green flame blade at the one in front of me. 26 to hit.
Hits.
So the one in front of me will take 10 magical piercing damage and become sensitized to spell damage. And then it's going to take 12 fire damage. And the one behind it will take 16 fire damage.
The fire appears to do nothing at all to this.
Damn.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. Worth a try.
You hate to see
You live
it.
and you learn. Oh, that was my first attack. I'm just going to stab it again. Not really keen on moving around too much
And
right
you're
now.
hasted, I think, as well.
Yes, so I've got 2 more attacks. Or 2 more. An attack and then an action. 18 to hit.
It's
So that's 11 magical piercing damage.
Yep.
And then my haste action is just going to be I'm just stabbing at it.
Stabbing at it.
That's
Hits.
25.
Man, Drumstick really hates dogs.
And that's a 9.
Lucky you can't
damage.
see mine.
Yeah. Scooby, don't
Keep him
look.
invisible.
Don't look, Scooby. Drumstick's just having a moment.
That dog's gone from full health to bloodied in 1 round.
Well done.
Anything else?
I have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay where I am. I'm not going to do a bonus action right now. Yep. I'm done.
Okay.
Good job.
I don't think anybody has moved on their turn, so there is no layer action. Strahd is going to cast, and I know he's taken damage because he's in the sun,
And he's
and
blind.
he's
He's
blind. He is blind. Yeah.
Love is blind.
We got a dog for you, Strahd, because you're blind now.
He's blind, but he's also going to just lob a fireball there.
Counter spell.
Oh,
Go for it.
This will be at 3rd level counter spell.
So 15.
17.
Nice.
Ashwin. Oh,
Nicely
yeah.
done.
It seems, Count, that you have forgotten some of the basics of Arcana in your many, many, many years here. Perhaps it's time for change.
And Strahd moves back
I should really
along
stop
the wall.
insulting
To
him
there.
before his movement.
He closes on you, Ashwin, immediately.
This wraith just runs out the door. Or in fact, it can't run out the door. It has to run the other direction because the dog's in the door. So this race is just going to book it in that direction because it is turned. This one is going to try and hit Dot, but it takes damage because of the
Sunlight.
15. But it takes damage because it's in the sunlight. So as it goes out to reach into you to try and suck out your life, it just withers and dies in the sunlight. So it reaches towards you. So that one goes down. I'm assuming that you're not going to hit that one, so it's mechanically turned. This armor, the gold armor, starts to wail on Gregor. So 16.
Doesn't hit.
And a 10.
Also good.
And a dex saving throw.
That I can give you. That's a nat 1.
So as he's swinging this sword in your general direction and missing completely, it just shoots a whole gout of fire out of the end of it. And you rolled that one, so that's 23 fire damage to the face without hitting.
Christ.
And it stands there and goes,
"Ah!" Oh, okay. Okay. I wonder who you are.
The short snout armor comes straight the way down and starts to wail on you as well. This one's got a sort of giant hammer, and it's got an obsidian sort of block in its chest. So that would be a 20 to hit and a 21 to hit.
They will both hit, so I will roll to see if my mirror images take that.
Yep.
I'll roll for the first one. The illusion does take that, so now I have one left.
Yep.
And now the last one. That one does hit me. The last one hits me.
So that's 19 bludgeoning.
Ooh.
That's magical bludgeoning. And you need to make a con save.
Love that. Love a con save. That's a 21.
So that passes. So as you get hit by this thing, you just hear this echoing thunder. You take 6 thunder damage, but you don't move. You stay fixed in place. These hounds are both going to just try and attack Drumstick, who tried to attack them, because he looks tasty. So that's a 22 to hit.
That does not hit.
And the other one will miss with an 11. So they're just howling. These whites start to come down here. Strahd's up there. Ash, you're up.
Whites are bad. Whites are really bad. Ash heard stories of these guys at some keep called Ironspire who got properly fucked up by whites because they kept draining people's strength.
I mean, I felt like the hands were a little bit worse, but yeah, whites were bad.
So Ashwin is going to move diagonally to put him, to put the gold armor and the obsidian armor and the white and Strahd in a diagonal line.
In a line. Yep, absolutely.
Now, I'm going to put the Sunbeam there. As I do that, I don't want to attack the gold armor, but I want to try and reach and pull the ruby out of it.
Okay. So sleight of hand.
27.
You reach forward and as you're sending a sunbeam straight the way through the whole lot of them, and you reach out and you pluck this ruby out of the hilt of this sword, and this construct just sort of shudders and stops in place.
Attack the gems. I think there's only one suit of armor left.
We love that.
Okay, so all those things in a line.
So that one is mechanically out.
Okay.
It won't attack.
obsidian suit, the white and Strahd con saves.
So 14 on the obsidian suit. 2 for the white for a 5. So they both fail.
So they take 26 radiant.
Nice.
And Strahd 16.
Yeah, 26 radiant for Strahd as well.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Nice.
That's really good. That's really good.
Gregor, you're up.
Excellent. I've got a few more of these sequences I need to do, guys, so bear down. I'm going to do stillness now, as Gregor sort of has been this blur of combat in the last round. He suddenly goes to an almost completely still posture to sort of let strikes pass him, expecting him to move. This requires me to take no other action. But Emma, can I use a bonus action to second wind before I do this? You're allowed to say no.
Yes.
I can. Okay, great.
No,
So-
yes, you can.
Cool. So I get resistance to all damage, and the first enemy to hit me takes psychic damage equal to half what they deal me. But I'm going to second wind, and then I think that'll be my turn. I'm not going to move. again.
Ashwin is watching Gregor, and it's the second turn in the big bad evil guy fight where Gregor has essentially sort of gone, and Ash is like,
Yeah, hold, man. Okay, man. Ash, you're doing great, Ash. Keep it up. I got my own stuff. You're doing great.
yeah, you do you.
Yeah, sorry.
You're up.
For 6 seconds, I'm gonna stay completely still. Just don't even worry.
Dot,
Game
you're
of
up.
statues. I'm going to move this turn. I am going to literally catwalk stride straight up to Strahd.
If you get within 5 feet of him, you'll take radiant damage from the Sunbeam. Which you would know because it's an enormous, giant, bright bit of light. I guess there would be like, it's a 5 foot wide beam, so I guess you could get 2.5
Couldn't I go
feet.
in? I was going to say, couldn't I go in the
you
other
go.
one next to it? Yeah. If you want to be dead, you should have just said. Nothing makes me feel more alive. I hit him. True strike.
I like announcing you hit him because you don't have to roll if you do that. If you just say you hit him, you
I
just
hit
hit
him.
him.
I just hit him. 18 to
just hit
hit.
Misses.
Fuck. I don't hit him then.
Emma, did you hear before when
You nearly
Sarah
hit
said
him.
she hit him? I just
I did. I know. It was just so, sorry.
brutal.
No, you're not. Bonus action. Please move my ukulele up to that nearest white and smack it over that.
Yep.
And I'll just roll that one. Oh, is it me or is it you? I can't remember. Hold on. Spiritual weapon. That's it to hit. 27 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. And it can have 24.
Whoa.
Takes out the white with your spiritual ukulele.
Done.
Strahd is going to use legendary action to bite you for a 21.
That
He is
hits.
blinded. Is he still blinded?
He's blind. He has disadvantage.
Okay, I will roll it with disadvantage.
Still a
Ooh,
21.
might miss. 13 with disadvantage.
13?
Misses.
You know that's my lucky number. It misses.
It does miss. So Strahd's feeling for you. Yeah, it's like
Should have
Like
bit me while you had the
baby.
chance, darling.
It's a bit gummy, Dorothy. I think you can do better.
Yeah,
Drumstick, you're
I
up.
deserve better than this.
Drumstick, you're up.
Can I drink a potion with my hasted action?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to first off, I'm gonna attack the hound in front of me again. This one's going to be Booming Blade. That's a 27 to hit. With a 10 magical piercing damage. And 9 thunder damage.
That one's out.
Oh, great.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to stab at the one next to it. I need to make an attack roll for that. Sorry. That's a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah. And then I'm going to drink my potion of greater healing. Sorry, I'm just going to use a calculator because I don't know how to do it in the app.
Oh, of course.
And I get some hit points back. Not as many as I would have liked, but it's better than nothing.
Okay.
What a potion.
Dot's the only one who's moved.
I moved,
So dex
yeah.
save.
I moved.
Dex save.
I moved to line up Strahd, so
Oh, so you did.
It's a 15 for me.
17 for me.
17 passes. So, Dot, you take 10 necrotic damage, and your speed is halved, and you cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn. Ash, take 5 necrotic damage.
That's lucky because I need that reaction for the counter spelling.
I was going to say, you really got to be able to do that.
Yeah, okay.
And Strahd's going to reach out and
Touch someone?
grab on. He is. He's going to reach out and grab on to Dot and try to inflict wounds. So it's a 29 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah, Dot, again, you're so brave.
Brave, stupid. I mean,
That's
you know,
31,
fearless.
31 necrotic damage.
Yep, cool.
31 necrotic damage.
Cool. We're cool. I mean, I can do it with a broken heart, so I can do it with a third of my hit points. That's fine.
Yeah. Broken legs? Can you do it? Can you do it with broken legs?
There's only one way to find out.
That's true. Respect. God, she's so brave.
Fearless.
The armor tries to wail on Gregor again and misses completely. The hellhound moves across and tries to bite Drumstick and misses with a 5. This stone dragon that's sitting up here.
I was just going to say, I wonder
so-
when that thing's going to activate.
You need to make a dex save.
Another one. Great. 17?
That will pass.
Does anything happen to me? Probably.
Oh, actually,
So that's 14 fire.
I'm sorry, repeat that for me. That's
14
14.
fire.
Mhm.
As this big stone dragon that's mounted, its head is mounted on the wall, just hoses out fire down in this direction.
Hey, Drumstick, don't come too close over here. You will be Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And this white comes in to attack Ash.
Yes. And
And
it
it will
is
be-
in sunlight, so
It is, and it's taken damage.
Is it at
'Cause it's
disadvantage too for sunlight?
Yeah, but I think it's going to miss anyway. So an 11 or a 13.
Yeah, good. Neither of those hit. Ash doesn't have any strength to spare, so
You're up.
okay. So Strahd didn't move on that turn.
No.
So I'm not sure mechanically how it works. Reading the spell, I guess when I move the Sunbeam, he makes the save. I don't know if he stays within the Sunbeam. Yeah, I guess I would move it and move it back again as a magic action. Or I could just leave it there and know that he takes the 10 damage or whatever and do something else with my turn, I guess.
He's taking the damage.
What have I got? That's not concentration. I did a concentration check and got a 24 for Sunbeam, so that's all G. So left standing in the room is one Hellhound, one white Strahd.
Yep.
Is there anything else that's not turned?
Don't appear to be. They don't appear to be attacking. They just seem to be fixed in place. They don't.
Okay.
Once Strahd took his mirrors down, they don't appear to be doing anything.
Okay, so I am going to cast a 2nd level command on the white and the suit. The white and the suit of armor that Gregor are engaged with. So it's a Wisdom 17 save, and the command is flee.
Oh, perfect timing, Ashwin. We love it.
The white got a 19.
Yep.
It's the only wise white in the place. But true to form, Thunderhelm got a 2.
Barons, baby, you got better places. They're playing your song at the back of the room.
So Bent will flee on his action. The white isn't affected. Anything else?
Bonus action. Nope, that's it.
Okay, Gregor.
Okay, Ashwin. Oh, seriously awesome getting that animated armor off me right then. I think I can finish my sequences in this turn. I think I can. So
I feel like when we were discussing the 3-step plan, if there was additional steps, this should have been in the meeting.
Oh, this was sort of like a 7-point sub plan that was individual specific. You're doing. We're ticking all the big boxes. This is just saving the rest of the world that's not here.
Ash is dodging the white that's trying to like bite him while holding the Sunbeam on the Vampire Lord dude, and Gregor is like,
Ash, that 6 seconds, it was great.
I believe in you.
Thank you. So the glass sequence means until the end of my next turn, I get a flying speed equal to my movement, which is Glass's Katja's technique, and she never touched the floor. So thematically, I don't think I am flying, but I am simply grandjeting gently enough that I am barely touching the ground. I'm considered to have evasion, and I've got advantage on dex saves. And if I make no attacks, all enemy attacks against him have disadvantage, but I'm going to make an attack this turn. And I can pass through hostile spaces without provoking opportunity attacks. So I'm going to get right up next to Dot in front of Strahd. In doing so, I may have to... Yeah, I'd love to be in a place where the Sunbeam is not like on me. So if that means going one step, that's also fine. Thank you very much.
Hey, we can share the fire breath together.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad there's a reason I made sure I had evasion on this turn, and it's because there was a big dragon there. So now I get to do the last bit, which is called last. This is a singular moment, and I need to do a performance check, and I need to burn 2 bardic inspiration die to do it, or voluntarily take 50 damage. Now I don't have that many hit points to play with, so I'm going to burn 2 bardic inspiration dice. And I think the move here, and Emma, I've told you about this move that Gregor does. It's one he learned, but it's this move called Lover's Death, which is like a move where you take somebody in a low dip after pinning one arm to their side so they can't draw their sidearm, and you bring them into like a low, like wedding dance dip, and then drop them onto your knee so you break their spine.
Oh.
Yeah. So against short people,
Gregor is a romantic.
oh,
He is,
You're gonna
though.
bane him.
yeah. So like if you're tall and someone does this to you, you lose the ability to walk. But if you're particularly short, you can just be decapitated. So Strahd probably somewhere in the middle. So I've got to make that performance. I got to burn 2 bardics. So I've got to burn some spell slots to get those bardics to burn them, which I'll do. And I'm going to make that performance check. Oh, and no big deal. But if I don't succeed, I'm going to take 16 d10 damage.
What could possibly go wrong?
Just so we know. Just so we know what the stakes are here.
Hi.
Okay. Performance. Okay.
I should have commanded you to succeed.
Now, because
You got this.
this is a throwback. This is a real throwback. But because I took those goggles from the van, I do get a +1 to this. So I'm just putting that out there into the universe before the numbers come out the dice.
You got
Let's
this.
see what we get. Oh my god.
It's a good job you spent the bardic.
It's a really good job I spent the bardics and didn't take the 15
It's a really good job you spent the bardic.
Yeah.
So, because you chose to spend the bardic and not take the damage, that succeeds.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Jeez.
So
for those
mechanically-
playing at home, that was 2 6s for a 18 total.
There's an option to bump that with the bardic or risk the
Yeah,
damage.
yeah.
But what you see is suddenly all the petals that are suspended in this space fall to the ground. Mechanically, there are no layer actions active in this room. Strahd has no legendary resistance because his back has just been snapped and cannot choose necrotic casting for 1 round.
I hold him in this low dip, having I'm just pushing him onto my knee as the individual vertebrae break. And I'm holding him by the back of his head, looking him in the eyes. And I'm just like, Von Zarevich, firstly, you're not a bird, you're an egg. And I just thought you should know that before you lose all the feeling in your body. Secondly, College Dunster says hello in the most physical way they can. And like an egg, your shell's going to crack now. And I just keep pushing him onto my knee, bending him like silly putty, like one head and by one knee, just folding his bones over.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Good.
I think that's my
that
turn.
your
I
turn?
didn't die. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's a good turn.
Dot, you're up.
It's very good.
Quick question.
Occasionally DMs let you drink one of your potions as a bonus action,
Bonus
or do I
action.
have to action for it?
Bonus action to drink it yourself, action to feed it to someone else.
Cool. So I'm gonna bonus action and use my greater healing.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit of that stuff back. All right, healed up a little bit.
Nice.
While you're holding him nice and still for me, I kind of just really want to plunge my sunblade into his chest if I can. Surely I'm not going to miss this time.
I'm holding Strahd in this low dip, and then suddenly the sunblade just stabs him in the leg. Whoa!
I mean, I'm aiming for chest, but I know he's a heartless bastard anyway.
I'm holding Strahd in this low dip.
If you crit fail on this, you stab
No,
Gregor.
I couldn't fucking hit it. That was a natural 20.
Oh, I swing him out to you, and you just build your sunblade through the middle of him.
Teamwork.
So that's 46. That's 46. It's 30 plus 16.
Oh.
Oh my god.
46.
I love a good sunblade.
He did not like that.
Yeah, well, you should have thought about that before you messed with me. There's nothing I do better than revenge.
Yes, Strahd. There's nothing.
Do you want to do anything else? Bonus action.
I've already bonus actioned because you let me drink my potion.
Indeed. Drumstick.
And I'm not going to move. So.
Drumstick
'Cause it's
sees
too
a bit
much
of an
fun over
opportunity
there.
here.
Yeah.
So he's going to take a bit of a risk. He's not going to attack the dog in front of him. He's going to head over to Strahd, to here.
Just like we rehearsed, Drumstick.
Yeah, I've heard, and it doesn't have disadvantage if it makes an opportunity attack because I haven't attacked.
It does, and it misses anyway with a 13. The most useless dog that I can ever know.
And then I'm going to, with my hasted action, I'm going to stab Strahd with the hollow brand. Oh, it's a nat 1.
Oh no.
That misses.
And then Drumstick's gonna back up to he's gonna go back to where the dog is actually. I got lots of movement.
Flies all the way in, stabs, misses, flies all the way back. Oh, come back soon.
With my action, I'm going to use Rolitham's Psychic Lance. So he has to make an intelligence save.
Hey, really good to wait for me to take away his legendary resistances. That's really cool.
DC 16.
Oh, fuck. That's a 1.
Excellent. So that's 7d6 psychic damage.
For new players, if the DM says fuck really loud, you're probably doing a really good job.
I actually think that if you recall, this is how you win D&D.
I was going to say, this is how Sean
you can
says
make
you
the
win
DM
D&D.
swear. You're doing
Yeah.
well. So that's going to be 29 psychic damage. And he's incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Oh my good lord.
Auto crit. Everything's an auto crit.
Oh, is
Kill
it?
him.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can stab him again.
Mechanically,
I can
the
actually
lotto
stab
sound, the lottery sound of like 777s is playing, just like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And sorry,
Ding, ding, ding,
narratively,
ding.
the way that I cast Rolitham's Psychic Lance is I step back next to the dog and I kind of say, things aren't going so well for you, Strahd von Zarevich, because you can cast it at a creature by saying its name. So that's how, and then,
It's great because you came up to stab him, didn't. Then, as you flew away, said his name, and we were like, "We don't know that." And then this blast of energy hits him. Oh!
It's like the ultimate feint.
Yeah, that's my turn. I'm not going to take a bonus action.
Okay.
Incapacitated is a really bad condition to be subjected to.
It's like the worst
There's
one.
only one or two other conditions that are worse.
Yeah.
Like
So
death.
Strahd is incapacitated in a sunbeam
And blind.
and blind.
I'm just simbaring him into the sunbeam for Ash.
So Thunderhelm books it down the far end because you commanded him to flee. The Hellhound bites on Drumstick and crits.
Tastes like chicken.
Oh. Kentucky Fried.
It's got there eventually.
Such a loyal puppy.
So that's 13 piercing and 19 fire.
Hey, looking at
And
the
it looks-
drumstick.
And it looks happy.
Oh, well, that's nice.
He's a good boy. No, wait, that's not him. No. Scooby is a good boy. Scooby's about to kill a wife.
Scooby's an excellent boy.
Let me just. I don't know if I can make a 32 con save, but I'm going to try.
Oh, do you take a level of exhaustion if your haste drops?
I don't take a level of exhaustion, but I can't.
Are you paralyzed for a
take
turn or
any
something?
actions for a turn or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything goes for a turn.
Nope. I lose concentration on haste, and I need to. I'll remind myself what happens while other things.
You
go
look
on.
very tired.
Yeah.
The stone dragon does not
nighttime,
recharge.
nighttime, daytime.
The white is going to try. It takes its damage for being in all the radiant sunshine that's in here.
Yeah. And it rolls a dex save for the dog.
Yeah.
Um,
Do that first.
Karmically, I'm incapacitated.
No.
Strahd laughs and goes.
Strahd's
it's
incapacitated.
six.
He's not laughing at shit.
He's laughing internally. 6
yeah.
on the dex save.
12 force damage.
The white is taken out by Scooby.
Boy, who's a good boy?
Just sort of looking at it slightly askew.
We're now definitely rebranding the van as Mystery Inc.
Okay.
Oh, we got.
Ashwin.
Well, it's this.
Right,
Ashwin.
so that was dog and white. Strahd is in a
Mhm.
sunbeam. He's incapacitated.
Yeah.
Um,
So you can move there and get the dog and without hitting Dot or Gregor or Drumstick.
Just seeing if I've got anything that's better. No, fine. Yeah, so I'll move and pass the sunbeam through there, and it's a con save, which he doesn't fail automatically, even though he's incapacitated. I was looking for something that had a dex save, but
21.
yeah. So he takes half damage, which will be half of 25, so 12 radiant damage.
12.
That's it.
Okay. He is really fucking hurt. And still incapacitated. Gregor, you're up.
Oh, awesome! Stealing. So these just auto crit.
Oh, did we
As
deal
long
with the
as-
dog? The hellhound? That we
Sorry.
put the sunbeam through the hellhound?
Yeah. Something through the hellhound. Crit fail.
Oh, puppy!
So it was 25 damage.
The hellhound also looks pretty crispy.
Okay.
Gregor, you're up.
So I'm gonna do. We in this now. So he's very hurt. Okay. So do I have to roll attack rolls against an incapacitated creature, or is it just crit damage? I gotta hit them.
If you
still.
hit, it's a crit.
I thought it was.
I think
you
if
automatically
you roll
hit.
with advantage. Does it auto hit?
I think
I
it's
thought
an
it
auto
was
hit
hit.
if they're incapacitated. But we should-
No,
It doesn't
I thought you
say.
had
Doesn't
to-
say
I-
that.
I thought you had to
Does it?
hit, but it was automatically critical.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought you had to hit, and if you hit, it's an auto crit. That's
Okay,
what I
that seems.
thought.
Because
That
you
seems
could
pretty-
theoretically miss or stab their armor or whatever.
Or hit
Um,
Darth.
Well, you know what's crazy? I just rolled in that 20 anyway, so we don't even have to worry. Gregor's got this guy deboned like a fish on the back. So I think the next move is to just like bring him over into like a fireman's carry, and then just as I'm coming forward, just slide the hands forward onto the feet and just slam him on the ground, like taking the dust out of a particularly old carpet, just like banging him against the ground. Which is great.
And as you do that, Strahd's body snaps. His
Ooh.
body breaks. Not dramatically, not like a monster, just like a man. And you drop him to the ground, and his eyes sort of widen with this sort of realization. So this is it. And he raises his hand towards Dot, not to fight or to cast, just to reach. And a second passes, and the castle stops, and his mouth opens, and no words come out. And the light inside him, cold and ancient, goes out. And Strahd, Lord of Barovia, Master of Ravenloft, Dancer of Death, collapses. No scream, no flames, just... And there's this silence, this echo, this weight. And in this sunlit room, you wait for something to happen. You wait for the sky to break and the sun to peek through and the land to shift. But the mists move first. And outside the castle walls and beyond the broken windows and the shattered arches, the mists of Barovia begin to rise and not drift or creep, rise. And you see them spilling in through the window across the floor, seeping up through the cracks in the stone, and they press heavy and intentional, and the red light in the chamber gutters. And then he arrives.
Of course he does.
And the shadows in the corner of the room fracture outwards, sort of pulled into this spiral of impossibility. And from that spiral steps a robed figure, draped in the layers of tattered regalia that once spoke of empire, now long decayed. Gems set into the very bones with a jeweler's precision and torture as an intent. And the hands are skeletal, long and narrow and exacting, but moving with complete certainty. And the skull bears the crown of his former mortality fused into the bone of his skull, and behind the sockets, 2 pinpricks of seething, intelligent light, cold as the void between the stars. And you are not looked at, you are measured. And the very weave around him recoils. You can feel your magic faltering and the scrolls that you picked up unwriting themselves. Your lute and your spiritual lute just go out of tune and start to play discordant calls. Just like that. And his voice does not echo, it just replaces all other sounds.
Whoa.
You have done what is required. And every syllable weighs heavily. And he doesn't move towards you, rather the whole world folds and pulls him closer. And he lifts one hand just enough, and the whole time buckles, and the air becomes thin, and you feel that the very breath from your lungs is dismissed. And behind him the mists part, not like curtains but wounded things retreating, and you see it, a throne of bones arising out of the ruins of Castle Ravenloft. I do not ask for worship. And he says, and his voice is a fractal echo, and your heartbeat struggling to keep up with the pace, both fast and slow. I do not ask for worship. I do not require loyalty. And his eyes burn brighter like twin suns. Only obedience. And as he raises his hand, the whole of Castle Ravenloft starts to swirl around you, rearranging itself into this throne. And he looks at you and he smiles, or tries to. There are no lips, just this tilt of jaw, the suggestion of a victory long delayed and finally claimed. You may kneel and be granted purpose, if not your freedom. You may resist, and I will study your failure with great interest. And you may run, but know that I am patient and inevitable. And he waits. And the world does not move until you do.
The first person to move is Ashwin. And the fiddle that is his spellcasting focus and has been with him a long time. It's the same fiddle that his dad insisted that he learned to play like 195 years ago. He pulls it off of his back and he says, "I propose a fourth option." And he starts to sing.
Let the curtain rise on ruin. Let the silence start to scream. We were gods for just a heartbeat in a half-remembered dream. Strike the chord that scars the sky and bleed the dawn from dust. Encore, encore, one more lie. For love, for rage, for trust. Our voices carved in crystal air, our names in stone engraved. Yet none shall know the songs we wrote, nor know the lives we saved. The harps are hushed, the winds are still, the world forgets our flame. But starlight sings in secret tongues, the echo of our name. Encore, encore, though cold the tomb, let the fire within remain. A chorus born of shattered stars, still dancing through the rain. Ashes drift like lullabies beneath the shattered stage. A requiem for stolen time, a dirge for youth and rage. The echoes know our names no more, their voices fade to gray. But still we play, still we soar, though night devours the day. Encore, encore, this final breath, we get to the flame. No glory left, no soul to keep, but we sing it just the same.
And at the end of that, Ash is kind of kneeling on the ground looking pretty spent. And he looks up.
I think that's flooringly good.
Beneath the vaults of ancient sound, our harmony now grows thin. Each note a thread unraveling, the pact we forged within. The melody betrayed itself, it wept, it broke, it lied. And somewhere deep within the chords, a darker truth survived. I held the final harmony and knew what must be done. The silence needed sacrifice, and I became the one. Let history forget their names, let their glory age and rust. Encore, encore, I sang alone and left them in the dust.
And as you complete the final verse, the encore completes, and there's a shift behind you, and this rift opens, and through the rift slides the fantastic arcana, a roaring landship of burned wood and metal glory. Ash, what do you do?
Ash is dramatically walking away, but at this point he sees the arcana and he misty steps and climbs into the passenger seat that had previously recognized Gregor and Dot. And he had not particularly had any interest in it, but he climbs into the front.
As you place your hand on the sort of burned ironwood door frame, the van shudders like a held breath, recognizing you not just as a passenger, but as a lead. And the door will swing open, and where once there was soot and silence, the dashboard pulses with gold-rimmed sigils. Faint light swirling across the ceiling like starred illusions, and every surface humming in resonance, tuned to your voice. And as you sit in the seat, the dash splits open, revealing this curved mount of polished brass and glass with 8 tuning forks that rise into view, each in its own shimmering socket. Prime material, Luskan signature, fixed as home, velvet echo, Mechanus, Shadowfell, earth, fire, air, water, and beneath those are 4 further empty slots marked reserved for legend. And in the center of the console is a gear shift shaped like a microphone, polished chrome with rune-etched grooves, and at the top a hollow socket that might just fit a crystal
ruby.
or a ruby. You take the ruby that you pulled from the helm of the sword in the battle, and you slot it into the top of the microphone. It locks in place, and you hear Flame Gale's voice whisper, "Encore granted. Mike's yours." And a mirrored panel above the dashboard flares with sort of iridescent smoke, and then a voice comes through. Casual, too cheerful to be entirely safe. "Ash, you clever bastard. You actually did it." Found the arcana, closed the loop, formed the unwritten, left them in the dust. You're not just the headliner. You're the only one who understands the business model. So here's the offer. As of approximately 4 minutes ago, I am no longer affiliated with Azalin Rex. The shackles are off. It's time for something new. The Shrix Talent and Acquisition Nexus. Our mission, simple. Find untapped potential before it explodes, or better yet, as it explodes, and monetize the wreckage. We don't rescue, we don't mentor. We sign them, shape them, sell them, or shut them down before they start to compete in brand. I want you running field acquisitions. You want power, you need leverage. You want influence, you need contracts. And if you want to carve your name across the multiverse in gold and shadow, I suggest you take this opportunity before someone else writes your ending. Bring me names, Ash. Don't care what they're worth yet. I'll tell you that they're useful. And a drawer pops open in the console where the driving manual for the Fantastic once lived. And there is a contract scroll etched in gold with still wet red ink. Sign whenever you're ready. This time you're the one holding the pen.
I think as this is happening, we're definitely booking it towards you for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're running.
Quite a lot for Drumstick to take in as he comes out of his like wave of lethargy, but he like sees the band. He's like, yeah, and sees the Dreadlord, and he's like, I'm going that way.
Ash, what do you do?
I am going to let the dice decide, because up until a few minutes ago, Ash was going to leave you all behind. And in fact, with that role, he still is.
Hey, I have the key though.
He doesn't need it, I don't think.
No, he doesn't need it. So, with that role, Ash, you close the door, and you and the Fantastic Arcana vanish in this streak of sound and light back through the rift that it had come for, rising on a pulse of your own entirely joyless ambition.
Do you make eye contact with any of us? Because we're running towards you as you do this. Do you look at us as you do this?
Yes.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I think
And-
Gregor doesn't even know why. Like, when you vanish, he just presumes an accident has happened.
You get.
Or
if they
Dorothea
get close
feels
enough, they'll
betrayed.
see. If they get close enough, they'll see his face, and his face is like painted in confusion and uncertainty, and this is probably the first time in his life that he has made a decision that is entirely about him.
And
And
as the
there's a little
fantastic
bit of a
arcana-
sob.
And as it vanishes back through the rift, and behind you the ruins of the Castle Ravenloft smoulders, and the Lich Lord Azalin Rex remains seated upon the throne of bone and consequences, watching, amused and patient. And 3 paths remain. None of them certain. You can follow Ash and run through the rift as it's closing, being not 100% sure where it's going to send you. You can kneel to the Dread Lord for whom you stole a throne. Or
Nice.
you can vanish into Borovia's ashes and try and build a resistance and fight again.
What if we?
I feel like I want to take my chances with the rift.
Yeah, could not have said it better. If there is any remnant rift, I think
Yeah.
this is all happening so fast. I don't know if we have a chance to. I think it's pure instinct to just.
Yeah.
This is not a good place to be. We can't stay here.
See a possible out and just keep going. You're already heading in that direction. So
Yeah. I think I would make sure. I think the only reason Gregor would stop is if he thought that Drumstick or Dorothea weren't going to make it to the rift before him. He would make sure they both got out before he did, if they were going that way.
Oh, Dorothy is hesitating.
If you, Dodd,
I would have gone for the rift if we could have gone in the Arcana, but I am feeling fucking betrayed right now, and
Dodd, you can't stay here. We gotta go. We cannot stay. You think you have better chances? We tried this just before. Do not bend to another false master. We owe him nothing.
we killed the other one.
And Gregor, like, this is a really trying moment for Gregor with Dot, where he's just like, and like, I genuinely look at Drumstick, who is like just come out of being incapacitated, so presumably isn't his best self. I'm like holding him ready to step through. You cannot do this again.
Drumstick's got enough presence of mind. Like a thought occurs to him and he decides to act on it. He's going to cast Command on Dot. He's going to say follow.
Oh! What's the save?
6. Oh crap! It's one of my
do I have
bards
to
spells. So it's only 14 wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
13.
You bastard!
We can explain later. We can talk about this not here.
Narratively,
I talk about karma later,
narratively,
quite
Drumstick
frankly.
is waving a laser pointer towards.
Oh, red dot! Oh, red dot!
I would haul Drumstick through with me and just like get through the end, like, because this thing is presumably closing fast. Like, we just have to get through this before it's gone. Like, there will be a time for talking about what good decisions were when we are not here.
I mean, yeah, so obviously I follow you.
Drumstick through, Dorothea through, Gregor, one look back at this terrifying god through.
And the rift closes behind you, and the show is over. What's left is Fallout. And we'll leave it there.
Oh my god.
After party?
Absolute. You
After
straight
party,
up
please.
Oh, we can have a little bit of after party. We can. That's some 60 level content. Oh,
Emma!
Emma.
Should we stop recording there?
No, Emma, bravo.